Welcome to Lighten Up TV, enlightening, inspiring, and empowering humanity. This is a journey of self-discovery. On this journey, we are in search of answers to the burning questions that have intrigued mankind for millennia. Who are we? Where did we come from? Why are we here? And where are we going? By merging scientific discoveries with spiritual revelations, we will explore the possibility that mind and matter are one and the same in a vibratory field of pure consciousness. What if this eternally expanding field of consciousness is of and from the same source? These revelations, that we may actually share one mind in a unified field that expands into the cosmos, has the potential to cause a powerful shift in the collective consciousness. On our fascinating journey, we will explore ancient legends, modern discoveries, and emerging truths about the spiraling creative forces that spun this creation into being. From spirituality to religion, superstring theory to the Big Bang, from gods and goddesses to angels and aliens, we will dive into the mysteries of creation. Are you ready to lighten up?
Starring your host, Suzanne Ross, television personality and producer, inspirational author and speaker. She is a 5D truth seeker and spiritual pioneer on the front lines, raising the frequency of humanity. Through her shows, books, and events, she has dedicated her life to activating the matrix for global ascension.
Sci-Spi TV proudly presents living legend Erich von Daniken. He is the author of over 20 books exploring the concept which he founded called Ancient Astronaut Theory. It is truly my pleasure to introduce Erich von Daniken. I understand you have your recent book. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, God. Chariots of the Gods, that was 50 years ago, and now I have the sequel of Chariots of the Gods with the title, The Gods Never Left Us. I confront different scientists with the question, do you believe in UFOs? And many of these brilliant people, really brilliant people say, yes, definitely. We know we are under observation. We know it on radar, we know it with different meanings. Somebody is out there and is observing us. We know it for sure, but the large public doesn't know it. So the question then in the book is, what about mythology? I'm a specialist in mythology. I know many mythologies, and in most of the mythologies, they speak first the gods have come down from the sky. Then they clearly say it was the gods who teached human. We were primitive beings, Stone Age beings. Our language was very primitive. Then the gods, the so-called gods, came and taught us. They say this is a bush, and this is a tree, and this is a river, and this is a creek. The names, the words are different, and this is sky, and this is the firmament. So we learn to speak, to differentiate the different things from the extraterrestrials. Also, they teach us in writing. The first writing, the cuneiform writing, we learned from the extraterrestrial. At least this is handed down in our mythologies, including Sumerian mythology. So they were the teacher long time ago. Without these so-called gods, I say, we called them gods. In reality, there are no gods. It's all ridiculous. It's all a misunderstanding. There is only one God. But our ancestors, the Stone Age people, believed these beings must be gods, so they called them gods. It's a misunderstanding. So we learned in the beginning most of the things from the gods. The rest then is our evolution. But these so-called gods, these extraterrestrials, always interfered with humans. We have not only a human evolution, we also have genes of extraterrestrials in us. And this again is handed down in the old books. Look, some 70 years ago, a shepherd on the Dead Sea found the so-called Dead Sea Scrolls. And one of the Dead Sea Scrolls has the title, the Lamech Scroll. What is written there? You learn Lamech was a shepherd, but he was obviously a very rich shepherd because he must have hundreds and hundreds of sheep. So sometimes he was for months away from his home tent, just looking where his sheep had food, grass. Then he comes back to his home tent, and his wife, her name was Batenosh, had just given birth to a boy. Now Lamech said to his wife, "This can't be my son, because I was away too long. You know, because of the 9 months in pregnancy, it doesn't work. This can't be my son." But Batenosh, the wife, swears, "Dear Lamech, I had no sex with no one, no with another shepherd, no with the soldier, with no one." She cries. Now Lamech is believing because he loves his wife, and he goes to ask his own father for advice. And his own father is the biblical Methuselah, the one who has become so old. And he said, "What should I do? There is a boy. My wife just gave birth to a boy, but it can't be my boy. What should I do?" Methuselah himself doesn't know the answer and goes to his father, which now is the grandfather of the boy. And this father was Enoch, the biblical Enoch. He says the story, the family story. And Enoch, who was in contact with extraterrestrials, there are books of Enoch, says to his son Methuselah, "Go to your son Lamech, tell him the guardians of the sky have inseminated the womb of Batenosh without touching her sexually." There was no penis, there was no sex. They did it artificially. And Lamech should accept this boy as his own, in his own family, and he should give him the name of Noah. Because the guardians of the sky have decided to destroy mankind with a gigantic flood. But this boy is the survivor for the new human race. Now we all are descendants of Noah. So we not only have human genes in us, we have extraterrestrial genes in us. And all this is written down in old books, in that case in the Dead Sea Scrolls, and nobody knows about it.
So the gods have never left us
The gods have never left us.
we have their genes within us.
Exactly. You know, every old religion, including ours, say the gods created human according to their own image.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep, very good. Well, I know you're very busy, Erich. I thank you so much for taking the time to come and chat with us on Lighten Up TV.
It was a pleasure. We can go on for the next hour, but I have no time.
Yes, I know. Well, I truly appreciate the time you did take, and thank you
Yes.
so much for all you've done for the last 50 years to enlighten us and empower us with all of this incredible knowledge.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Goodbye. Ciao.
Bye.